Thank you, City Jazz, for having non-copyright music we can jazz to. Let's find a character to draw. Let's pick some ideas. Join me, friends. I don't like... my instinct is no, because I think I see a Deadpool picture. Let's see, why didn't you fit with dimensional space travel inside the universe? Balance. With the Spider Society. Oh, this is like a straight up fanfic character. Okay, we'll skip past. Ha! The hell is Blahaj? Oh, he's Shark. All right, let's bust that out. I'm curious. This one might be fun. I'll have to ask politely this time. Okay, now I'm curious for the drama. Let's see. JKKO. Nope, not without a picture. This one looks like it might be very easy. Hang on, wait. What's hiding? Okay, I don't care about that. Oh, nah. Alright. I like what I'm seeing here. Okay, let's see what we got. So, Shork. I'm loving this. It should be okay. See, has anybody jumped in on it? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, I think I'm into this one. This is strong contender, way ahead. Okay, what does this mean? I'll have to ask politely this time. Damn, I was really hoping there was gonna be like a big fucking essay right underneath this thing. All right, you're out of here, Cheddar. Sorry. Be interesting next time. Okay, so this is... Okay, this guy's got like a whole brick of text. I'm gonna turn this jazz down a little more. Oh no, hang on, let me see. I'm not turning it down for me, I'm turning it down for you. That's why it's too loud. There we go. I got baby ears, I like all my audio nice and quiet. Okay. Just like with Lucifer a few months ago, I'm looking for inspirations. There's new characters and redesigns, squad of your imagination. There's a woman from the 1800s involved in a web of crime, being disguised as a humble sculptor, which may change to a seamstress. All right. Possibility. Oh boy. All right, this is too dense. This is too much. If you're okay, I'm back in. Hang on. What do we got here? Who wrote about the Dark Lord's prophecy? Oh man, this guy's got... There's layers to this. This one said that Lucifer was destined to dominate the entire known to the world through an empire of monsters. He also lives in Lucifer's court, but only joined him out of fear for his life. It's based around eyes and vision, based on a crow/ray. I actually kind of am. I'm into this. It's like the sculptor, seamstress, spider lady, and prophetical wizard crow concepts. I encourage you to go nuts on them because I don't know how to properly design them. Alright, I like how broad this guy is. That's a way you get me back in with this when you just like go for it. Okay, so it's between Shork and Prophet Visago. Oh, I wish I had anyone to vote. Oof. Were there ever two more different choices in my life? I think we're going to do Visago because I think I can do it quicker. Oh, look, you can see his other drawing behind it. Oh, who's this? It looks like a bat with a little mustache and dad glasses and like a little comb over hair in front of some hieroglyphics. I think we're going to do Visago. I think this is what's happening. Okay. Let's go. Copy image. Oh, yeah. If you didn't know, when you scan things on paper, the resolution is gigantic. We're gonna put this in a... Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump you there. We're gonna put this in a little bit more of a what's the word I'm looking for? Phone-friendly resolution when we draw it. If you're curious why, it's because of the internet and the way that it is. If you're watching this on the phone, it's your fault. So the rest of us just gotta deal. Okay, so what are we gonna do with Prophet Visago? First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna give this guy the know that I am drawing his thing. I'm always kind of... Let me see, hang on, I need a link. I'm always kind of hopeful. It's happened a few times, but I'm always hopeful that I can get them to jump in and contribute. Okay. Let's give this a go. Streaming it. Alright. How you like that? Fancy, fancy. Comment. We're in. Okay. What are we gonna do with this fucking nightmare bird? Okay, it's eyes and vision. He's a prophet. He's like a good guy in the bad guy's court. So he's like some kind of vizier, but like a vizier for an evil guy who's gonna betray him into being good. Maybe that's my takeaway. So we want a humble pose, I think, is what we're gonna look for, which is really fun to do with a bird. Everything, because birds are naturally have this very slyness about them. So let's see. I'm thinking something in this vein. Bring the arms in a little bit. Okay. And he's wearing this. I wonder if this is feathers, or no? It's definitely part of the robe, huh? If you look at it, like right here, it's like robe, and then this is the inside, and then it's got this neck piece. So we're gonna have to do some interpretations of this. So he obviously doesn't fly or anything, so we don't need to worry about like the wings being unrestricted. Man, I'm gonna keep streaming. I'm gonna need a bigger water bottle. Okay. So we want them to act like... And it's all feathers to the end, though, which is interesting, because it means that he's got, like, legit no grippers. Unless he picks things up with his feet. So I wonder if that makes him, like... And he's also got no eyes. I wonder if he's, like, intentionally, like, an invalid. Like, if that's part of his jam, his Cronus, his Cronus, his pathos. The pathos of his Croness. Not Cronus. Interesting idea. He's just like this invalid character who is a prophet. I think that's kind of an appropriate, what's it called? That's like a common, I don't know if trope's the right word, but it fits very comfortably into that role. What's the order? I always forget the order you do feathers in. I don't have to draw them that often. Oh, fuck, this is gonna be all feathers. Well, whatever. We're in. We're committed. This is happening. What's his name? Visago. Visago's happening. I'm committed to these feathers. I'm starting to get kind of good at doing wings. I had like a real run of them recently. And I've started to get this fun kind of quick way to line them in. Any aspect of art that I'm working on, I know I've really got it like comfortable, like I can do it really reliably if I can do it with just like a hard pen. That's when I'm locked in. Okay, I really want to do something with like the neck piece. I don't know what yet, but it's gonna be something. I'm gonna leave it black. I want it. I want to do something thematic with it because it's like right around his head. He's got eyeballs on his wings. I think they're eyeballs. Maybe they're supposed to be gems or something. How do we want to interpret those? How do we want to... Well, let's work on... Let's look... He's a crow slash raven. Crow. Don't laugh at my browser. It's a long story. It's a meme that got out of hand. Okay. Let's source us some crows. And let's look at that face. Okay. So... That's pretty good. Now let's... Where's... Hang on. Come back. How about raven? What's a raven face look like? Very simple. Oh, they got a little more poof on top. Look at these handsome lads. Fine fellas. Fine flying folk. Okay. Alright, let's get these guys there. So, the crow's a little more flat-headed. And you got a little bit more pronounced. The raven's got that big beak, though. Big shovel of a beak. Okay. But I like this. I like the raven face, or the crow face. I think that's great. I think that's gonna be... It's gonna emphasize more, because because the character doesn't have eyes. With the hollow is going to be really emphasized by that shape of face. Let's fade these boys down. Fade back, boys. Fade back. Too good looking. You're taking the shot over. Needs to be some backup dancers. Okay. But maybe I'll still do a little bit of, like, poof on the backside. Then we'll keep a little bit of that ravenness alive. And I might do the wider... Oh, they both kind of have the wide beak, don't they? They both have this kind of... I don't know what this shape is. I'm going to call it a quack. It has this quack sort of divot. I don't know. Sorry if there's any glare coming off the camera. We'll deal with it, not today, but it will be dealt with. Yeah. If it is annoying, noted. I got you. Oh, I should try to keep the... There we go. So my face isn't covering half the thing. Delicious. I'm gonna need to get more water in a minute. Oh, I lost my YouTube window. Okay. There we go. Just in case. I wanted to have chat open just in case that person joined. All right. This beak is cool. Let's see, and it comes down. It's like it's like a chin almost. See, like right there. This like swoosh. I want to capture that if I can. It's very prominent. And then there's this shine that wipes all the way, so you can see like the shape of it. It's right here. And then slopes down. Oh yeah, that's the poof that I was trading off, huh? That I wanted on the rail. Well, let's do it with the slope for now, and then we'll see what we can do from there. And then I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with the eyes actually on here. Like if I'm just gonna feather them over, or maybe I'll have them be closed. In the source material, it's just nothing. In fact, it's even in this like divot where you could almost sell it as like. Ooh, this is a way different, interesting idea. Look at it like this, and imagine it's like made of wood. Isn't that kind of what it looks like with this sort of like spacing here and how like round the top of the head is? It looks like it could be just like a totally wooden, like an icon, like an idol. It's actually kind of appropriate. If you did that interpretation of the character, like you might find like I don't know how far you have to go back to where these would be common, but like, you know, handmade like religious idols and icons or things that people would carve, or little icons of gods that people would carry, or saints or whatever. So it like a wooden bird like prophet is actually it's like thematically really on point. But I'm already in this crow thing I'm going right. Well, I mean, it would be a wooden crow, of course, but I'm already down this route right here. And this is oh man, that would. I'm thinking about it now. I never get to do that much wood. Wood textures are really satisfying. They're super fun to do. Oh, looks like we can actually beak down a little bit. Is that right? It's a little rounder, isn't it? I wonder what that's for. Ugh, stutter. I wonder what that's for. This sort of rounded beak. Maybe that's better for pecking. Not as good for digging. You gotta check your equipment stats. You're stuck with them for a very long time. Okay. Alright. That's not too bad for some amateur ornithology. Not too bad at all. It's kind of a good starting point. Okay, let's move down. Let's move down. Down on the crow. I'll keep this light streak, though. I'm just going to straight up jack that lighting. I love that angle on this guy. It's just sort of up from here, so the light source would be like here, I think. And then maybe I'll do like a soft there, and this like towards me. A little 3D arrow there, and a little 3D arrow there. And that way we know where the light's coming from. Okay, back to it. Oh, look at the. I was for a second. I was like, "Whoa, where did this sick tattoo come out of?" It's just like emergent in the sketch. It's of course it's on his original drawing. His, her, or their. Sorry. Okay. The next question is, do we want it to look like sinister, or like what type of, like the creature itself, like base design, pretty spooky. No arguments there. But like, do we make it like a kindly old bird, since it is like a good guy in the bad guy court? Or maybe it looks menacing because it has to, because that's the thing. I think I believe that's the thing. I don't super want to go back and read it, but I may just if I hit a thematic dead end to see if there's any more interesting ideas I can farm from it. But you know what? Let's not be lazy. Let's do it. Come here. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's look at it one more time. The same prophet who wrote about, so he can see enough. He can see something. Unless he writes in some kind of bird braille. The Dark Lord's prophecy, the one that's designated as monsters. Okay, so that's all just, he had a prophecy. Okay, he lives in but only joined him out of fear for his life. Powers are based around eyes and vision. Based on a crow/raven. I don't know. You could, I feel like it is like out of what's the word? It would be interestingly out of tone to make it like a kindly bird, because you just normally that's just not the raven thing. You generally there's the ominous or sinister or what have you. Just come back to me, pillow. There we go. I'm sitting in a different chair than I usually do, and I'm still kind of settling my shoulders into it. That's slowing me down. Okay. What was I saying about crows and ravens are usually ominous? Oh, yeah. So, you can always just directly invert that and then make it like a friendly character if you wanted to. But I feel like you almost I feel like you might be setting yourself up with that. Because I feel like if you made a character that was like a raven and then made them like too friendly, I think it would like telegraph like a turn, like that character is going to actually have been a bad guy. It's just like too hard against type, like that it would come back to being like a little obvious. So maybe you'd want them to be a little roguish one way or the other. Or a little more in the middle, I mean to say. That actually would be fun if you had a character. So it's all about like sight and vision and stuff. Maybe like, I don't know if that's just meant to be like prescience, like being able to see different, see around. But the character is a prophet, so it's also a little bit about seeing the future. I wonder if that lets him like intuit like good advice for people, but in like a tricky bird way, where he's like kind of in they're like kind of an old man, but they're sort of giving advice on like how to lie and like sort of bird cheat your way out of problems, but like with good intentions. That's your kind of like mixed behavior, that the character's like genuinely trying to help get good outcomes for good people and bad outcomes for bad people, but yeah, his advice is always like trickery and subterfuge and shenanigans and plausible deniability. That would be a really fun character to have in like your good guy camp of characters. I don't know. I think that would be fun, and that would be an interesting way for them to blend into this alleged Lucifer's court, which we have still seen no evidence of. These wild claims, but since they're a member of this like Lucifer's court by some kind of coercion, we're going on the lore we've been given, folks. Then maybe that's how this character thrives there, is like that it's that same set of skills, but like now they have to use it for evil, which would be an interesting arc for them, because they can see like it would be a way for them to have to sort of acknowledge the harm that can be done in like the quote unquote wisdom they're handing down, you know? So that would be an interesting like sort of duality. That's a character with like an arc that's meant to be. That'd be very, very cool. But that's just my interpretation. Something something Mika. All clear, all clear. I'll keep we can keep the chest simple. Don't really have to do anything crazy. Actually, in fact, I might not even do... I might make actually just do the character up to this point and just not do the legs. I'll just make it like a cool, like, bust. Just so I'm not spending too much time on this. Oh, that's actually... Yeah, how about this? Let's do this in black. How do you like them apples? Okay. Let's bring some... Oop, that's not what I needed to do. Doop. Okay. That's good. A little bit of that, and a little bit of that. There we go. Okay, that'll be cool. So, we start with that, and then we need to figure out some hard colors. Our original character was on nothing. It's based on Raven, so I mean we can guess it's going to be a darn in the black. I'm going to do a dark blue. Do a dark blue, just because you never want to do flat black. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay. That's a lie. You can do it sometimes. Once in a while. It depends on what you're working with, but like, if you want something to be dead black, like anywhere in a picture, it just like changes the style. So like, because it just doesn't exist in the real world. Like there's no like visual analog for that, like true, like dark, like jet black. Like if you can see one thing. So if one thing is visible, there should be enough light that everything else shouldn't be dead black. It always looks a little bit weird and surreal. So for a lot of times, as an artist, you just kind of like, that's not going to work. Like I can't square that with like what I want to do out of this image, or I should say I don't want to. If it's a commission, I'll make it work because it's dual. It's not impossible. I just, whatever. It's just a little bit of extra work. But even in those cases, you usually end up when you put a little touch of lighting in it, an actual little bit of color, people usually come around and want you to keep it. But yeah, just having that jet black thing, it just changes the whole style of the picture because it's accommodating that now. That part of the world is dead forever, 0 degrees black. All right, yeah. I forgot to turn on time lapse for this one. Dang. Sucks. Okay. That was the... Okay. What do we want to do? Let's see. A little paler. No, darker. Flatter. Darker. Flatter. Yeah, some of that. And then we need to figure out what colors we're doing for this shirt. Do we want to keep it dark? Do we want to do something bright? We haven't done the eyes yet either. Let's figure that shit out. I want to... I could use it as an excuse to do some really crazy just lighting. Like I could just have them be glowing, just as like a. Let's see, we could do a contrast. Ooh, it'd be yellow too. I love me some yellow glow. Let's have a look. Let's see what it would look like. Let's have a glance back at our source material here. Yeah, it's like a... What is it? It is an eye, but it's like a eye with a cross eye. Or is that a shimmer? What are you? What are your secrets? So that's eyeball shape for sure. Skaboom boom. And then it's almost like it's an eyelid with a shine like it's about to open. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be my read on it. I don't know that that's necessarily correct, but I think it's what I'm going with because I like it. So, what we want then, let's see. It's going to be sideways like this. Yeah, something like this. And we'll actually just pose the whole eye. Let's just go all in on it. Okay. And give me some crow color. Dip my paintbrush in some crow. Okay. It's okay, I'm going to have to zoom my brain in on this a little bit, so if I... It's a very specific way I need this to go if it's going to work. And it's kind of a risk. Not actually 100% sure I can land this visually. Oh yeah, I need to use this up here. Okay. Okay. That, I need the dark color, good. Oh, wait. I think we found it. I think we found it. It's just about to change tactics. Hang on. Where are you at? Okay. Sometimes you just gotta focus in and kind of like pretend you're running your fingers through it. Sort of helps you find the texture you're looking for. Anything that like gets you out of like literal mode, whatever helps your brain go into right brain mode to figure it out. Okay, we need some of these feathers to kind of get in here as well. Okay, and I need to get some black. We need some dead black. Okay. Ooh, this might work. Pray for me, friends. Pray for me! Okay. Okay. One little bit left. For all the potatoes. Can we bring it home? Open it just a peek. Okay, alright, so far so good. And it's a light source, so we need to put a little bit of fire out. Damn you, autosave. And then we get like fucking bright and harsh as we can. Yeah. So we gotta put a shine on a shine here to really sell this. And then okay. Alright. So far so good. I think we can kind of start to brick this in here. Make it a little more permanent. Okay. It's pretty good, but we still gotta sell it like up and around the other feathers. The basic idea is there. Fuck, I might even have to do some... Airbrushing. I hate when I'm trapped into airbrushing a glow on somewhere. It's alright if you just need to like light up some skin or something, but if I'm like trying to sell a light source in the image, then yeah, that bugs me. Which, by the way, we're gonna abandon one of these top light sources now that this eyeball situation is going on. Okay. Oh, speaking of which, I actually need to make a liar out of myself, because this right here is one of the instances where it's really useful, is when you want to put a light through skin. You want to have something kind of glowing through like a little bit of membrane. Airbrush, and then like a teensy bit of shine. Depends on what you're doing. If it's like a wing, and if it's like a bat wing or like a dragon wing or something, then you can put some sparkle on it, and it really like works. For like an eyeball or something like this, like I find a dull glow is like a little creepier. Well, it's a little less. I don't know. Yeah, it makes you really feel like it's behind like flesh. Okay, and then we want a little more soft lighting. What I was talking about a minute ago, let me backpedal and move the goalpost real quick. What I was talking about a minute ago when I was saying like I didn't want to do airbrush lighting, I don't like when I have to get out and do. I'll show you real quick. When it's like I didn't really sell this. Let me just. There we go. Now we know that it's glowing, and like. Sometimes a little bit of that's fine. Sometimes it makes a picture better. I'm not taking swings at anybody, but I usually feel like, if at all possible, accidentally move my tools around. If at all possible, I want to try to sell it completely on the picture, because like if anything, what that implies is either like that the viewer is misty-eyed, or like there's something like a particle in the air that it's like kind of catching on, so it's like a little bit foggy. Or that it's just like ultra soft but very bright. I don't know, it's like it is something like weird to sell, so you lose a little bit of I think you lose a little bit of visual literalism, I suppose. I don't know. I almost said quality, but I kind of don't mean that, because like it just, you know, being further away from reality doesn't make a drawing worse by any measure. But it's just a little less grounded, I suppose, you know? You're kind of always striking a balance with pictures, with what you can sell and what won't make sense to the viewer. So, you know, the more things you can sell as real, the more real the picture will be. Just as the same, like, the more things you can sell as cartoons, the more things that, like, visually click as this, that, or the other thing, you know, sort of puts you right in that category. So if you... like I like to maintain a more painted, like a little representational is the right word, representational style. So I want to always have those light sources like on image, because it sort of forces me more into that lane and work on an aspect of it that's very difficult. Ooh. Oh, I needed that. All right, back to it. Back to selling these. Yeah, it's actually on fire. I wish I had something like anything like right here to kind of bounce it off of. But what I was hoping to do, and it's still kind of possible, but it's putting up a fight right here. I wanted the arch of the wing to be like the top of an eye, so it would be sort of like this. But this is the wing right here. Anyway, that was the idea. So. Maybe I can still sell it, maybe I can't, but I definitely need to move some business around real quick. And let's do a little... Excuse me. Drank that water too fast. I upset my stomach. The water's too spicy. Okay. There we go. That's alright. That's alright. And then we're still up in the short feathers here. Skibbity boobity. And then we'll just do a nice line of short feathers. Damn it. This is the same playlist I listened to last time. It's just like this like jazzy jazz, and it's playing fucking Happy Birthday. I don't know, there's something about being by yourself and hearing Happy Birthday. It's not upsetting, but it really makes you think about how you're living your life. Okay. There we go. We'll just leave those sick birds up there. Meaty birds. It's girthy crews. Handsome fellas. Oh, we're gonna need to go longer here. Yeah, do this in a while. I don't want to do. I'm not gonna do super detailed wings. I just want to make sure the gist is managed. I don't want to kill myself too hard on it. I always do the best I can with the time I have allotted. It's not always the best I can do, but it's always the best I can do with the time I've got. Which for this is hopefully not more than, I don't know, maybe like an hour. How long have we been at it? 45 minutes? Okay, yeah, we're in good shape. We're alright. We can maybe clean up this guy within, I'm gonna say a half hour, I think. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how fancy we want to get. That's the bane of me. I'm trying to sort of impose more of these limits on myself. I always get way too ambitious, and then I end up with a freebie it's super difficult. That's eating a ton of time because I can't simplify is the word. It's not even about doing a worse job. Like, quality is, well, not subjective necessarily, but like your feelings on the finished product have a lot to do with how much you like the totality of it. It's not how much anybody sweated over one individual piece of it. It's how well does it work as a whole thing. That's why sometimes really simple images are super effective. And that is what that's the muscle I'm sort of trying to train, is being able to simplify things like efficiently. Because drawing everything super complicated is like a cool trick. It's neat when it works, and I mean, it looks cool. It gives you a cool visual result. There's no denying it. But it doesn't. It's not like a really detailed area is not a good composition. It's just a very well drawn one, and it's very easy to kind of lean on that crutch, just the way we all do when we have one thing that we're sort of attracted to naturally. There's you always play to your strengths as an artist rather than your weaknesses. So most people are guilty of this, kind of leaning too hard on your crutches. And I think if you're really chasing like personal growth, you have to kind of leave them behind. Doesn't have to be permanent. But you have to work away from them. You'll always circle back. The way you draw is always kind of not unchangeable, but it'll always adapt. But all the things you love will always stay in there. You're not going to forget the cool techniques you use now. Just when you branch out and learn other stuff and try to do stuff you don't normally do, you pick up all kinds of new skills, and then when you come back to the way you like to draw, you're just way better at it. You got all this sweet cross-class synergy. I'm trying to settle my neck into this. I'm using this different chair, and I'm like, it's like way back, like a da, 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 it's like way the hell back here. And it's not, I can't settle my shoulders into it. Sucks. My life is hard. Stupid neck. I can't even hold up my stupid head. It's because I'm so smart. What color is this shirt? How much glow do I put on this side? I need to put something else in this room for this light to reflect off of. It's so weird the way that it is. Because it's the way it's like it would be genuinely shining away and like not. Oh, I know. Maybe we can give it some. Maybe we can J.J. Abrams it a little bit. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. If we get a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of this, some of this dazzling. Hang on, we're still going. Don't worry. It'll probably come together. Maybe, probably not. Maybe, but yes. Let's see. How about some of that, huh? Is that bright enough for you? That actually does look cool, but it's for sure not what we're doing here. Okay, that didn't work. Right in the trash. Okay, we're gonna combine these layers pretty soon here too. Actually, we can just do that right now. Oops. Sorry, the way everything's set up, I'm to reach you, I must reach past my microphone. Or to reach my computer, I must reach past you, is what I meant to say. Merge selected. Alright, there we go. Oop, damn it. Yeah. There we go. There's our bird. Tablet back up. There we go. And some water. Okay. What are we going to do with this shirt? I'm tempted to keep it a cool color because I made the accent this bright yellow. I went right across the way. Oh, sorry, it's the music. I thought I had an alarm going off. So I should keep this cool in tone, and we'll keep it maybe close. I don't want to do full. Yeah, I want to keep it actually well in range of these guys. So maybe I'll go a little darker. Let's try something like this. We copied it, so if this doesn't work, we can bail out. It's fine. It's fine. Do something kind of in this little. It's dark. It's a little closer to like indigo. And then what I'll do is I'll make it really shimmery so it'll look kind of silken. And then I'm gonna go darker with the sleeve. Actually, the sleeves are gonna get some yellow, but watch, we're gonna pull a little sneaky. Way down here. So that will match our yellow, and we'll do the same thing with these. And it's this nice dark image, so we have an excuse to work with some real deep tones, which is fun. Actually, don't get to do that often. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, fellow young kids. Pretty cool. Pretty shiz. Quite the riz. Okay. So, let's pull this head down. Yeah, there's that bird head. It was close. Okay. So we also need to rethink our secondary light. These can't be the only light. Otherwise, we'd have to push the whole character way back into the dark, and then we'd have to relight the whole thing. There has to be some neutral lighting because of the color that we made them. So we need to kind of figure out what that is right now, because we can't finish it until we know that light source. And I think it has to be just something from above. I feel like we're looking kind of down. Just because of this angle, I sort of did top. Where's my... Bring me my example pen, because we did top. So we're looking downward for sure. Like this is our sort of line of sight. So it gives the... It kind of looks like we caught him doing something, which is interesting. It's not a very strong... Didn't put him in a very strong position. I think part of that... Let's see. Let's bring him upward and see if that sort of helps. That seems very silly, but just because we're going to be center frame, it will kind of change the dynamic a little bit if we bring it up here. See, now it looks like we're kind of looking down. We didn't lose our visual angle, but now it looks like we're kind of looking down like at him, but he's really big. So it seems like we're kind of standing on something maybe because of the framing of the picture. So that's cool. Well, that'll help us out a little bit. And we may be stretching. No, I like the dimensions are cool. So there's some kind of light here, maybe behind us. Maybe that's how we do it. So if we come up and let's take a little of the old Dig Dark, and then we put some. So here's like, oops, it's too much. Autosave! Okay. Bring it back. Take it back now, y'all. Okay. So here's us. Whoever we are. Whoever the viewer is. And then all of this light is spilling in from around us onto him. And then this yellow... Yeah, and then the yellow will be its own light source. So we'll put this back in shadow. Like so. There we go. And that'll give us some pop. I love it. I love it. Okay. We want a little more of this visible and this not. Okay. All right. Let's figure out exactly the shape of the where we're at here. Whatever entity we represent. And a little darker in the center just to kind of reinforce that a little bit. Okay. Good. Let's get back in there. And full size. Okay. That leaves us with a lot of cleanup to do, but we got a lighting plan now. So let's start back at the eyes here, because these really need to work if this image is going to work. So I want to get in and see how do I want to approach that? We'll put it down like that. Okay. I made a copy before I combine them. Everything's safe, don't worry. Okay. Because I want to come in with some hard darks, because I want to... This is right there. We're going to come back on that line in a second, but for right now I want to flatten it out. Flatten it out. The whole thing flatten out. Flatten it out. Want to draw those feathers. Flatten it out. Save yourself some work in the long run. Get flat. Okay. Do this a little bit too. There we go. I'll give us some... give us something to emphasize. Skaboosh, skaboosh, skaboosh. Skaboosh. There we go. Chisel it. Okay. And let's do the same thing. Chisel this out too. Maybe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, this eyeball scheme was... Whew. We sure did commit to a donkey right here. But it'll still be really cool if it works. We're not quite, haven't quite settled it yet. The chase continues. Alright. Oh yeah, I gotta round it. That's part of the trouble. Maybe not the whole trouble, but certainly an aspect. So we've lost the shape. We've lost the shape. Loomis is gonna be pissed. Okay. There we go. Something more like that. Ooh, yeah, I actually kind of like that squareness of the shine, because it reminds me of his sketch. His, her, or their. My bad. I think it works. I think it sells. Ooh, what's this now? I don't know what that's about, but I like it. I'm just going to leave it. I will reassess that in a minute. Okay. So this needs to be... This is a super neutral color. So it wants to be basically just on one axis. It's not changing tones at all. Give it some shimmer. I want to give it some shimmer. Make it shine. Make it shine. Shine, shine. Make it shine. This season on Make It Shine. Lights. Next season on Make It Shine. Bulbs. It's a 24-hour Make It Shine marathon. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Still got some elements to work out here. But we're getting closer. We can do a little bit more to sell this light, especially off of these. Anything you can stick in a picture that's like got like a high luster, anything really shiny, is really good for selling light sources. You can always just kind of like oop, and kind of add in, and then you sort of can see the edges of them very easily. You can like very quickly define it, It can save you some labor and instead of having to sell it on every surface, you can get it right on something with a lot of luster, and then you have that as kind of a reference point. So when you work around the rest of the image, it's much softer, it's much easier because you already have one part of it kind of like locked in. So then you've got that to, you can always sort of have that in your purview and kind of keep your head on straight when you're working through the rest of the drawing. Actually, this gives us a chance to see. Yeah, we'll put his chest out further than the... Yeah. Give him a little bit more substance. I like his thinness, but he is, he seems to be some sort of demigod, so we'll give him a little bit of stage presence. I think stately is that's the pose that he's in. It's like he's kind of in portrait pose. But again, because of the weird lighting, it's like we caught him posing. That's kind of interesting. If I'd planned that better, it could have been extra cool. If he was like literally in like a painter's pose, but like again with the same lighting as if somebody was entering a room. I don't know that would line up with this character in any meaningful way, but it just visually would be something neat to look at. I don't want to lose all this nice thatching, because I think I'm going to come back and do pen work. I think this thing is going to end in pen, so I don't want to lose all this nice neck scruff here, so I'm going to have to switch down and go a little sharper for a minute. Damn it, you got me again. How is there more birthday? How's there so much birthday? Alright, I'm done with you. Be gone. Be silent. I don't need your jazz no more. We'll just sit here nice and quiet. Nice and quiet. Alright. No, I'll put some different music on mine. Just more water. Damn, streaming's a thirsty business. I gotta stop talking sometimes. Okay. Skibbity beep bow, skibbity bow. Skibbity bip bibbity bibbity bow. Yibbity skip bow, bibbity scow. Skabbity bibbity 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 bow, yeah. This has been Skibbity Doodah by Val and the Nobodies. Where is this going? What is the plan here? I don't know, I'm just trusting my hand. Sometimes you just go on autopilot and you're just like, alright, you know what you're about. You've done this enough times. Well, we're trying to sell the edge between these two, between this like hard... We gotta try to kind of delineate the edge of this shadow compared to the neutral light coming in through the doer. And the yellow. Why did I choose this? Why are these facts? They didn't have to be. I could have done this so much. Remember what I said in the beginning? I was like, I get way too ambitious. I could have done this so much easier. It's for the love of the sport. For the love of the game. You gotta get out there and go for it. For the love of the game. And how you play it. We're painting now. Okay. Bubble 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 bubble. think that's better. Ba 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 dang a dang dang a ding a dong ding blue moon. Okay, that looks good. Sorry. I just saw that it was... I didn't like the level it was at. I'm talking gently quieter and quieter like I do. I'm just getting lost, but I just wanted to do a nice readjust, get everything in order here. Hope the angles are good. There was much deliberation on where this to be, or for you to be. There was a lot of deliberation on that, and I think I like it there. I don't know. I can adjust it very, like, granularly. I have a really good little thing to hold it, so I can make very small adjustments when I need to, but that's sort of a double-edged sword, because it, like, as soon as I got the camera in, I just started checking angles and checking angles. I was like, never quite satisfied with them, so we may go through a few in the future. This one I don't like the see if the sun that's right here, right here. It's a little annoying just for where it is in the room. I know it's not exactly like killing the frame, but I feel like when it's darker, I should have blinded out the window a bit more, but that's all right. We're here. It's already a big change. We'll iterate it one step at a time. We'll get it tuned in. Okay. I'm starting to kind of see this. This is starting to be. There's a really cool drawing somewhere in here. If we can just get all the... We can just shape all the clay the direction it needs to go. Let's just sort of scoop these together. Get that in there. Scoop some of that color into that shape. There we go. Spit shine some of these. Get some light on them. Make sure we do light in the front, dark in the back, because the light's coming from us. So we gotta maintain that. Down, 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 down. Dark, 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 dark. Okay. And then once we get there, we gotta get a little more methodical. Maybe a little brighter too. They're feathers, they can be shiny. They're feathers on a particularly shiny bird. Actually, we can go a lot. That's a good point, actually. That's a very good point, Mr. Robot. We can go a lot shinier. Ravens are shiny little dudes. As are crows. It's one of the reasons they're so fucking cute. Damn crows. Weapons grade Cutonium. Wandering around trying to steal shit. They're the best. Okay, so let's bring this shoulder in. There we go. I don't know what all that beef was. It was like, just kept kind of expanding the feathers outward, and I mixed it one too many times, and it just became soup. And then it just all became arm beef. The arm absorbed it. The arm become powerful. Mighty prophet bird. Punch of his hand. Okay. That's not too bad. Okay, we go a little more. We need to go dark a little bit more back here. And I think that's about it for that side. Maybe we can do... Let's see if we can get a little sassy here. And get away with something kind of cool. I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. Much like McDonald's in real life. I'm not loving it. Actually, maybe I'm coming around. Let's see. We're still within Control Z range. It's escapable. Not right there. Not right here. I just want to put it where the character is like slightly lost to dark. That's where I want to line it. That's kind of the where it sort of I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, it's sort of coming full circle and going all the way to the dark and then getting one like sort of hard light on the back end. It doesn't translate to anything well within the picture, which is why I was kind of like, it's a little bit more of a parlor trick in this instance. It kind of implies that there's some kind of glowing thing behind the character, which there isn't as far as we know. Like, we didn't plan that to be there, so it's just not factual, but, so it's just kind of like an aura, and, but it looks cool. It looks really nice. I think it'll give the character kind of a haunting appearance, and it looks a bit supernatural, so you can kind of sell it that way. But mostly, it's very cool. Cool. Okay, but it does mean we can do a little bit more down here. I don't want to do all of this, because I want these feathers kind of just get lost. Well, let's zoom out. Let's see, what does it look like overall? Okay, back to 100. Give me yellow. It's nice to have that source right there, so I don't have to go find it every time. This shirt worked. Just want to quickly take credit for that. It was a good idea, and I did a good job with it. Take that, someone. That would be... If only I could get that information now. Like somebody who's... If you were like just watching this, like your confidence in my ability to pull off like a trick like that. And then, like, the way I could look in the future and see, like, how the confidence wavers over time and my ability to sell kind of intricate, textures. Can I get just a nibble over here? Yeah, now that's moving. That is moving. Let's give this some life. I'm going to move this light a little bit more head on. And that might be playing with fire a little bit with that, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Okay, I don't want to do too much with the feather highlights, because I don't want to accidentally turn it into a sparkle bird. We just gotta use what we got. I know I want one there, because that was on the original crow. Kind of there. And that really does help us kind of inform the sort of shape we want to work with here. Because we want to keep that flat, because the head is tilted a little bit like that. Not quite that far, actually. It's kind of there. Yeah, that's about right. So we want to utilize that a little bit. Just a little. Just a little. Okay. And a little bit of light here. Bet you thought this was brown, but it was blue the whole time. Maybe you didn't think that. I'm just a little colorblind. Could be. I don't know. I'm making accusations. What are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna fire me? You can't. You're in the future, and I'm in the past. We can't even talk to each other. Okay. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with this eye. I'm gonna see what it looks like with just nothing. That's gonna be try number 1. I'm just gonna not put an eye there. We'll just kind of leave the vague shape, but very soft and feathered. We'll see if that just works. Oof, that certainly changes the tone. Very strange. Okay, alright. Let's zoom out. Let's see how we feel. Let's just examine what we've got. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it right there. I think I like it. Okay, cool. So that can stay. Let's do a little bit of beak work. Yeah, scoosh. Maybe actually even a little bit of feather right there. Yeah. And we'll leave that. A little there. So that source is theoretically behind it, so we need to make sure to cut where the neck is, which I guess we do a little bit right there. Because if it's hitting here, you know, it should be hitting like that, or like that. So that's alright, but it should be, actually, it should be very, very subtle right here. Because it's hitting a curved, actually, you probably know, you shouldn't see it. It's hitting a curved beak, so the shine of that's actually going to be on the other side. It's probably true up here as well, but it's a really hard point in the drawing, so I gotta leave some of it. I can't totally lose it for realism, because it's a really cool visual element, and it sells the, it doesn't sell the believability of it, but it sells the theme. And that's when that trade is completely worth doing, is when you're going to give up something literal for something that makes people get the image, I suppose. Click with it. I don't know the right way to... sell is the word I normally use, but just lets their eyes be fooled in enough to to take in whatever the overall concept of what you're doing is, or what the image is, or what the design is. You know, art is to represent, but it's also to communicate. And you can't. Sometimes you have to find a balance between those two. Okay. I am not sure with this eye still. There is still doubt in me. The rest of it actually looks great. I'm actually pretty pleased with this. There's something about this eye that I need to... I don't know what is unfinished, but it's not nothing, is my feeling on the subject. So we're zoomed in a notch. We're in 1 unit. Whatever you call it. 1 increment of zoom. Which is about as close in as you should zoom. Generally. I mean, unless you're just examining something, but... anytime you're doing your, final render, you want to be as close to 100% zoom as much of the time as possible. Because you can make details down here that look really good, and then when you go back to 100, it's a busy mess. And the details are functional, they're cool where they are, but it's just, it clutters up the image in a way that just worsens it. So you sort of lose believability rather than gain it. It's a very easy thing to do. It's a trap I fall in constantly, so I'm super familiar with it. Man, this is difficult. This eye is an awful eye. It's hard to draw with my hands. Okay. Let's flatten it a little bit. I think that is a part of my problem, is I'm ballooning it out way too far. Let's get a little more restrained here. Let's bring it way back in. Way back in. Okay. And we'll try from here. And we'll leave the floating eye still, because it's still really cool. Whatever it is, I like it. Okay. So we're a lot flatter. This needs to kind of curve down. This needs to kind of curve... Oh no, this needs to kind of curve down. Yeah. Okay, we got it. I've drawn face before. I know what I like. Upper and lowercase, so, you know. Oh, do people say that? They should. I'm gonna start using that. Like, my eyes are uppercase. I think that's, yeah, I wanted it to sound like flattering, but it actually sounds more like you're like, ooh. This is lowercase eyes. This is uppercase eyes. Period. This has been iGrammar with Val. Is it working? Difficult to say. Oh, I know what it needs. I know what it needs. We got this. Don't you worry. Ah. So easy. Just needs texture. Why did I make it so smooth? It's a bird skin eyeball. It's the least smooth thing. Well, I mean, the eyeball's probably smooth, but I mean, like the eye area is famously knurled. I did a little bit around the rim, but I nowhere near as much as I could have. Okay, and then that means that can... Oh, yeah, because that gives me a chance to sell the shape of it. It gives me a lot of lines to reinforce the way I want it to look visually. So now I can do that, and then I can actually sweep this under eye out a little bit. And then I can just sort of adjust the feathers around it. Make it a little more lively. Okay, easy now. Oh, this can go so wrong. This can go so very wrong. But we're right on the verge of it. Come on. Just the right amount. Come on, me, don't screw this up. Watch, we're gonna zoom out and it's gonna look like garbage. As is so often the case. Okay, okay. I don't know why I like this there, but I love it. This weird little shadow right here is cool. I don't know why, but it's added in something. So we're gonna leave that too. Okay. See? Do you see what I mean? Ah, it's all over detailed now. It's okay. It's okay. We're in good shape. Make a copy like we do. And then we adjust it as needed to sell the size. Or to sell the, what's the resolution, I suppose, the level of zoom we're at. If it's too detailed, it just doesn't mesh. So we just soften it up a little here and there. Don't worry, it'll be worth it. Oh, no, I said don't worry. No, trust me. No. Audience, no. Oh, I forget I have a camera. That joke doesn't work as much. This connection to the feathers is still something about it I'm not loving. I don't know why. Maybe I need a little more shape. I can actually do more of this and more of this. Some of that. And then this is kind of like bridge of the nose looking. Okay, and then sort of do the light. Feathers right there. Okay, actually. Hang on now. And then again, this is the inside of the eye, which means I actually want to put a little bit of dark right up in there. Maybe that'll... Damn it! Get out of here, you. Okay, maybe that'll... help me get that in. What's the word? Help me... create that shape, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm sure there's a way smarter thing that makes more sense, but my brain is all in drawing mode. I only have so much RAM, and I have to exist on a spectrum between able to draw and able to talk, and I'm always somewhere in here, so when I drift to one side... You know what? It's super weird looking now, but I like it. I don't know what this journey has been with this weird eyeball. It's been quite strange, but honestly, I think it kind of worked out in the long run. I really think it did. Whatever the hell it is. It's strange, but I love it. Okay. And I think that's gonna be our Chromin. I think I'm pretty happy with that for the time allotted. Yeah, cool. Save.